Hello everybody, and welcome. I am Zerger, and in today's video we'll be doing a little bit of a showcase on the new and upcoming armors and the changes that is going to happen in the 2.9.2 update. Now I am currently in the beta, of course, so a lot of these could still change in the future. But as long as you bear that in mind, let's have a look, shall we? I've gone ahead and painstakingly re-rolled all of these, or reforged rather, to masterful quality, seeing as some of the bonuses you won't actually get if they aren't masterful. So, let's go along, shall we? This is of course the wool armor, which is rocking a full 7 armor on the head and 5 on the chest. Nothing too special about this. If we wear this fella, we would look something like this. And it just gives us an increase in temperature if you're in a cold biome. Simple as that. Next up we have the ice armor. Same properties, 7 on the head, 5 on the chest. And we will look like this. And it sounds like that if you were to move around. Cool. Here we have the sheep disguise armor, which is 7 on the head, 9 on the chest. This one is the one that you would like to wear if you're around a Cyclops for some reason and you haven't killed him yet. If you crouch using this armor, then the Cyclops will be unaware of you and you can kind of sneak past. But the most interesting about this is I've noticed putting this on, it actually gives you the same increase in body heat as the wool armor. So it's pretty useful in that way that you just get 4 extra armor on the chest. Next up we have leather armor. Same as that one, 7 on the head, 9 on the chest. And we would look a bit like this. And not too much of a sound effect to it moving around. However, this one does give us a set bonus if it is a masterful. You will get absorption when wearing the full piece, and you'll get the true shot passive, which gives 3 extra projectile damage. You can also up this if you have wine to true shot level 3, which will actually give your projectiles 9 damage in total, which isn't half bad. Alright, this is the Bookworm Scale Armor. As you can hear, the sound has been updated, and you now sound a bit like you're in chainmail armor. We look like this. And the bonus is nothing. So yeah, not the best, but I guess it's okay if you're able to mount a lot of bookworm scales. Next up, we got the golden bookworm scale armor. Still 11 armor on the head, 11 on the chest. And its bonus is 150% magic damage and an 8 magic shield. As far as I'm aware at the moment, magic damage that only counts as the magic damage that you get from throwing potions. So not too useful yet, unless they're going to make some changes surrounding magic damage in the game. And here we have chainmail armor. Let's see, probably no bonus. Nope, just 11 armor on the head and 13 on the chest. And that's about that, pretty boring. And this one. This is the Umbrium Armor. I'm kind of in love with this Umbrium Armor as well as the Golden Armor. Let me show you guys why. So, with this fella, we are rocking 11 armor on the head and 13 on the chest. And we get the bonus of strength, which is just strength 1. However, it gives us the immunization passive, which is quite useful. The immunization passive makes us immune against poison, hunger, weakness, paralysis, and nausea. So early game, this is a very underrated armor in my opinion, and I quite like it because of that. Hang on, just want to do this quickly. Need me tunes? Come here. Alright, next up we got gold armor. I love gold armor because, well, I'll tell you in a second. Just 11 armor on the head, 13 on the body. But golden armor has got a higher enchantment value in the enchantment table. So you have a much higher chance of getting higher quality enchants when enchanting gold armor. So that is super OP. We also get the passive that you can see there, Magic Infusion, Magic Shield, and plus 45% magic damage. But, little unknown fact, which Zerger is going to share with you because I've been playing with it a lot. If we equip give me that, a golden weapon, the weapon itself has got a one-piece bonus of 50% damage. Seeing as gold weapons haven't got high damage to start with, it's not very impressive. But if you wear this with a golden set of armor, you see there at the bottom, you get another 50% damage bonus. Which is pretty cool in my opinion. It just makes it a little bit more useful. Also, I forgot to mention, but the golden equipment have effectively got built-in mending if you have this skill enabled under magic, golden osmosis. And this has also been enabled with the golden Bukram scale armor, so you don't need mending if you have either of these, which is pretty cool. Alrighty, next we have the silver armor, rocking a solid 11 armor on the head and 13 on the chest. So this one has been changed a little bit, in that it now gives you 15%, well not 15, 50% movement speed and immunity. So yeah, we're fast as hell, boy! Still looks exactly the same, no changes there. However, the immunity that it gives has been changed in a way. It doesn't make you immune to all of the things it has anymore. The only one that I am aware of at the moment is that in the upcoming patch, you're going to get potion sickness when you have too many buffs. And this immunity will not cure that. So yeah, I'm not sure if there are other things that it's also not going to cure you against, but that's definitely one of the things that's been nerfed on the silver armor. Moving on to iron armor. 15 on the chest, 11 on the head. And we look like this. Bonus wise, we have nothing. Okay. Pop this guy back, nothing too fancy. Alright, and here we have, this is one of the ones that's been changed a lot. This is the Wyrm Chitin Armor. Okay, so this one's got 17 armor on the chest and 15 on the head. And, well, for the set, it just gives you plus 50% dig speed, which is not amazing, but, I mean, 15 armor on the head, 17 on the chest, that is quite notable. Next we have the Troll Leather Armor. Okay, this guy is pretty cool. It doesn't have a set bonus, but it does give you individual damage reduction. So you got minus 10% projectile damage on the head, minus 30% on the chest, giving us 17 armor on the chest, 15 on the helm. And here we have standard diamond armor, rocking 15 armor on the head, 19 on the chest. We look like this, we sound like this, and that's about it. No extra bonuses. Cool. Now this one I quite like. This is the Myrmex Chitin Armor, which has been changed. As you can see, this guy is rocking 19 on the helm, 19 on the chest, which actually beats diamond armor. And if we were to look at ourselves, we look a bit like this. Looks pretty cool. And we have a bonus which is +1 to step height, which if you have masterful on your boots, of course, gives you an extra half a block step height. So we can kind of walk up 2 blocks, like this one. Yeah, pretty cool. And just armor, like armor-wise alone, that is pretty impressive. Okie doke. This one is the Tide Guardian Armor. Not too much has changed. 19 on the head, 19 on the chest. Still gives us the same bonuses, which you can't see here. But if you were to go into water, this will give us, well, water breathing there, as well as strength 4, I believe. 1 strength for each piece when you're in the water. And that's about that. Not too much has changed there. Now, this one has been changed. This is the Neptunium Armor. Actually, rocking a little bit less than this fella. Only 15 on the helm, 19 on the chest. But we get the set bonus now, which is swift swimming. That makes us, I think, swim about 50% faster in water, if not more, and water breathing. So yeah, pretty useful for exploring, what do you call it, underwater, Doom-like dungeons and so on. And that is cool. They can also now be smelted, I remember. And the Neptunian gear, so all of this can now also be found in the underwater Doom-like dungeons as loot. So that is pretty cool. And when I say smelted, of course, you can just, you know, chuck them all in the furnace and get some of the ores. So yeah, that makes it easier to smelt them for other parts of the set. Right, here we have standard Dragon Armor, which is still 19 on the chest, 21, no, hang on, no, yeah, that is 19 on the helm, 21 on the chest. Nothing has changed. Okay, moving on to the big boys now. This is the Golem Armor, which has also been changed, rocking a solid 23 armor on the head and 19 on the chest. Now then, with these guys on, you get the repulsion passive, which, as far as I remember, repels projectiles and darklings from damaging you. And if you have them on masterful quality, you also get resistance 2 as a passive, which is awesome, because that is 30% damage reduction just from wearing this set. So if you have the Shield of Honor or just the Ring of Resistance, you can get your max resistance 3 just by wearing this set. It still has the drawback of you sink in water, but I think you can probably negate that by just wearing the amulet, I've forgotten what it's called, the amulet for in the ocean, or probably just enchanting swift swimming on your boots, and this should be fine. But for the damage reduction it gives, the resistance 2, that is a lot, so this is an awesome change. Okay, now onto an enchant actually. So, an enchantment has been added into the game, which is gonna change things. This is Soulbinding. The description is missing at the moment, but if this is anything like the other mod packs, if it behaves in the same way, which I don't see why it wouldn't, this enables the player to keep their gear upon death. So that is going to be super cool, soulbinding your gear, so that when you die you don't lose your armor and your good weapons. Now, the only thing I'm curious about is, if you have got a weapon with the Curse of Binding enchantment to it, which stops the weapon from leaving the player hotbar, you know, mostly by the sticky mobs, I am wondering if this is going to keep the weapon, because that weapon normally gets deleted upon death. So I'm very interested to see what the interaction is going to be between this and that enchantment. But yeah, that is going to change things. Pretty damn cool. Now, looking at this, I am overheating, looking at the bottom of my bar. This is the new stuff, the awesome stuff. This is the new set that's being added, and that one there. This one here, let me just put this on. This is the, what you call it, Living Set Armor, which is from the Parasites dimension, the what's it, just Escape and Run Parasites dimension, the Lost Cities dimension rather, should I say. But this is the Living Armor, and this will upgrade, of course, to the set behind me, which is going to be the Sentient Armor, I believe. Now, I have to say I believe, because this is all subject to change still. This is what the weapon looks like, of course, the living one. And the reason why I have to say subject to change, or why it isn't a definitive yet, is because the developers have said that this is very much still a work in progress. At the moment, these are all default values and default textures. None of this has been changed or updated yet, and they might not even be in the game at all, to be honest with you. So they are still thinking and working really hard to get the textures updated for this, and this is what it should look like. Well, if they stick to the default textures, which they won't, because I'll show you guys a little inside scoop, if you will, in a moment. But this is what the new textures is going to look like for these sentient weapons. Let me grab that. Give me this weapon. So, just the weapon alone, that is what it's gonna look like. That looks pretty badass to me. And in terms of the set bonuses and the armor, they're all still on default values, like I said. They haven't gotten around to it yet, if they are keeping this in the game, because it is not a certainty yet. However, I'm going to show you guys a little bit of an inside scoop, like I've said, that the developers have sent me, because they are all awesome guys and they're working really hard on this update. So if you guys look at the image that I'll, just splat anywhere on the screen right now, that is what they have in mind at the moment that this armor is going to look like, and I think it looks pretty damn awesome. So that is what that's going to look like. Well, not going to look like, might look like, if it is in the game at all. Like I said, it is a work in progress, and we don't know what the set bonuses or the armor values for these are going to be. And that is that, guys. We've gone through all of these armors, and I'm looking forward to this update, including the champions, which are going to be introduced into the game. And Chavaxi is adding loads of other content, including cities within the End, I believe, and the Nether. So yeah, next update, super cool, and I'm looking forward to it. Awesome. So that is the video done. Thank you guys for watching. Hope that was helpful and you guys enjoyed. And happy RL crafting. And this is Zerger saying goodbye. Take care. Cheers.